You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Comics, television, movies, and more. If it impacts fan culture, we have something to say about it. And now, your hosts, Jordan, Cliff,
Coach Mayor,
and Seth.
Hey everybody, Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast is back. It's a new year, it's 2025, and we're going to hit you with our movie preview, what we think is our 9th time doing this. My name is Jordan Lowe.
100% our 9th time.
Movie. I like how he said that. Movie. We used to have a movies in Marietta. Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Okay. And as always, for the 9th year running, you hear his music coming in here. Coach Mayor.
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here for the 9th consecutive time. I feel like when I think about this, it's like every year I get less and less excited about movies coming.
Wow.
Nice.
So I feel like
Cool.
it's a product of the quality of the movies coming out. Maybe it's my own existential crisis I'm going through, but let's see if this year can maybe buck the trend. Maybe there's some really good stuff coming out. I really did not look ahead to see what's coming out, so Seth, hit me with some good ones here.
A lot. What writer's strike? I don't remember anything. I re-listened to last year's episode and I was a little worried about content, but no, we got lots of content coming out here.
And that's what we love most here at Ka-Pow.
That's right.
Content.
Me? That's what I like.
No, of the movies I can think of off the top of my head, there's some I'm really excited about. And I'm sure there's some things we won't even... You're going to surprise us with this list of things that I don't even know about. So
I am. I did a deep dive.
Let's get excited.
You guys are going to be so sick of hearing about movies here in a couple hours.
Yeah, that's always my favorite thing about this episode is not preparing. And then I'm surprised by almost everyone because I have no clue.
And even that, we'll not cover it because I look at right now, as I compile my list for the upcoming Pooh Bah Awards of 2024 movies, a lot of the movies that are in my top 10, we did not cover on the last year's episode of this. We didn't know that they existed or were coming out. So very exciting stuff. So
the last guest we had on here, we put on the spot. So I'm going to do the same thing. Have you listened to our Thanksgiving bracket episode?
Oh,
I did, yes.
Wow, better than Jesse.
Ooh.
Did. I mean, it was like, first of all, disappointing because, a few of the low family favorites around here that were brought up were just dismissed out of hand by some of the commentators here. So there was some frustration amongst the low household.
I bet. I thought of that a couple times.
Specifically, Gilmore Girls, some of that stuff.
There was too much syphilis talk in the Buffy episode.
There was a lot of syphilis.
Yeah.
When you were done listening, did you go watch an episode of Mr. Belvedere?
I did not.
Didn't hit like I thought it would.
But after this episode, you're going to want to see all these movies. So here we go.
Yeah, as we go through the year here, don't forget that you need to jot down any that at the end here. We're going to compile our combined top 10 anticipated movies going into next year. I mean, yeah, this year. And you, last year we, also, Jordan, you're supposed to keep track of these. Every year you keep track of how many times you're going to go, you think you'll go to the theater. Okay. And who's in charge of colons? Somebody needs to keep track of how many colons.
I can do colons as well. I can multitask.
Okay. And keep track. I'm sure you'll also keep track of how many comic book movies you hear me announce. We our most anticipated movie for 2024 as a team. Well, you guys remember what we came up with? What it was? We all together decided it was going to Deadpool Wolverine, which pretty that's makes good. A lot of sense. Yeah. We also each will do this at the end, and we did this last year. What movie do we think in the entire year will make the most money? And I said Deadpool, Wolverine. I was waffling that and Gladiator 2, which would have been a miss, but Deadpool, Wolverine. I was leaning towards. You guys were way off. All the rest of were bad picks. Jordan said Joker, fully. Cliff said Fall Guy, which did not make any money, and Jared. Do you have any idea what you said? Would make the most money of the year.
Yeah, I think I do know what I said, which I still think the logic was sound. It just didn't work. It was the Kevin Costner Western movie, right?
Horizon Part 1.
Yeah, which was a total.
Yeah. Wow.
I just thought that was going to be one of those ones that all the old people got obsessed with. But
those were three of the biggest flops.
Yep. So you came to the right place for all the professional advice and prognosticating.
It's only January. We can only get more correct from here.
True. Speaking of January 3rd, The Damned came out, an Icelandic thriller that I'm sure none of us are going to see. We had, let's see, the second week we had, these are movies kind of coming over the end of last year, technically 2024 movies that finally made it to our, the regular cities. I guess a lot of stuff that came out in New York and LA. Better Man, that Robbie Williams biopic where he's a monkey for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But we did have released yesterday in theaters Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. I went and saw this last night. Last week I watched Den of Thieves to prepare for it. I had never seen that. Long story short, you should really watch both of those movies. They're super weird.
I know. That's not the hurricane heist, right? Is there some sort of natural disaster in that movie, or am I thinking of something?
No, it's heist. It's a heist movie, but it's really weird. Everybody just acts really weird. Gerard Butler is like on something, but it's interestingly written when you really break down each. It's both movies are very like you don't know what's going on until it's revealed, like so many movies. So whenever the person leans over to you in the theater, what's this mean? Why are they doing this? It's like watch the freaking movie. You'll figure it out later.
I think I'm the opposite of Jared. I am like mellowing out on movies. Like the last couple movies I've watched, I've just really enjoyed, and they're not the critical darlings. It's like we've hit this era of like everything has to be $1 billion blockbuster or a deep Yorgos Lanthimos, Oscar nominee that's so weird and esoteric. Like I just like movies. I like having fun at the movies, and if a movie can make me like it and just have a good time, I'm all for it. I'm not going to be a snob about it.
I'm vibing with that too. Like I was like, I think I'm finally in a position that I can go watch Den of Thieves : Pantera and
It's a
actually
major
enjoy it.
life milestone for you.
Yeah, oh, it was. And I did enjoy it. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And there was so much product placement throughout. It was ridiculous. They were drinking Pepsi and talking about it. And, oh, I love Pepsi. And they were like just standing there eating a bag of Doritos. And I was like, this is insane. Like, I just.
Where's the Ram? He loves a good bag of Doritos.
I know. I thought I was waiting for a Subway sub, or some Maybelline. Anyway. Hard Truths, a movie that expanded. That's a 2024. Let's see. Next week, some movie Unstoppable comes to Prime Video. And yes, these movies count. This is a wrestling movie. Jennifer Lopez, her son or something, is a wrestler, I think. I'm not sure. That next Friday, January 17th, One of Them Days. This is that Keke Palmer. Is that correct? I've seen this trailer a couple times. It looks like something I definitely do not want to watch. It's just a little too wacky for me. But Keke Palmer and SCA. Just One of Them Days, guys. Wolfman, I've seen this trailer several times with Christopher Abbott and Julie Garner, and he's a Wolfman. If you like that, go see it. A bunch of other things that are stuff leftovers from last year. Then we have 23rd is going to be the Sundance Film Festival. Really excited about that. Did that online last year. A lot of stuff is still some of the best stuff I saw this year. So going to try to do some of that weekend. January 24th, Flight Risk. This is the Marky Mark is Bald movie. Because it shaves his head. I think he's the bad guy. And Presents. Steven Soderbergh. It's like I don't know if it's a horror movie, but it's a thriller, I think, from the vantage point of the ghost, I guess. So sounds, maybe things like that have been done slightly, but Soderbergh's interesting. We'll see what he does with it. You're Cordially Invited is going to be on Prime, I think, that next week. This is the Reese Witherspoon, Will Ferrell movie where let's see, they discover they're double booked for a destination wedding. Well, who cares? Let's see. January 31st, Companion. I've seen this trailer a couple times and I quit watching it. I try not to look at the screen. This is Sophie Thatcher that was in Yellow Jackets, new breakout young actress, and Jack Quaid. I don't know if she's a robot. It's a new horror thriller love story. Dink dink. Let's see. It's from the team behind Barbarian. So Barbarian was a breakout hit last year. The year before last or whatever. So it might have, I might hear something somewhere along the line that makes it sound interesting. But so far she's like holding out her arm and it's on fire. And I did not like that. I did not want to see that again. Okay, here it is. We had a false alarm last year. There was a movie called Dog Man. This is the real deal.
Yeah, I saw the preview for this. The
oh,
other
you
day.
did?
I did. I was like, is that Dog Man?
Got Pete Davidson, I assume, as the voice of Dog Man. I don't know.
Sure.
I'm going to go ahead. This is my top money maker of the year. I'm calling it now.
He's calling it now. There's no reason not to think so.
Yeah,
Why isn't it coming out in February?
I don't know. January 31st. I have no idea why. Like that's the only thing that I kind of wonder. It's probably not going to be the biggest money maker. It comes out January 31st.
I'm going to stick with my
just from your experience with the pie chart we see every year.
Oh yeah, I got the data to back this up.
Yeah, I don't doubt you. I have seen the pie. Love Me is Kristen Stewart and Stephen Yeun. This is
I think
this came out at Sundance last year. And by the time I logged on, you couldn't watch it anymore because somebody bought it. But they never put it out till now, and I don't think it's positioned to make much money.
No, I did see the trailer for it. I mean, it looked pretty good, actually.
What was it about?
I don't remember. I just remember thinking, hey, there's the guy from The Walking Dead. Oh, that looks pretty cool.
That's Glenn. Explores AI and identity through live action animatronics. And did you see some of that in the trailer? And classic animation and an epic tale of connection and transformation. Actually, it does. Oh, they're both AI, and they evolve into virtual avatars and then into flesh and blood humans. Oh my God. How many gallons of water is that going to take to make this movie? This is something I'm interested in, just as a side note. Otherwise, I wouldn't mention it. There's some doc coming out called Becoming Led Zeppelin, and there's not really been documentaries. They've not allowed, sanctioned documentaries for this whole time. And when I was in high school, it was like, you always have your people like classic rock. Always the Beatles people. There's a few Rolling Stones, but me and my friends were big Led Zeppelin heads. I've always loved Led Zeppelin. And Nick will randomly buy vinyls all the time of anybody, and he never buys Led Zeppelin. And I'm just like, I would love this opportunity. If this comes to IMAX in Columbus, we're going. I was like, we're going, and you will. Like, we went and saw that Bob Dylan movie, and he immediately went out and bought Freewheelin'. And I'm like, what are you doing? I don't mind you buying that, but you're throwing $50 for a copy of Freewheelin', and there's Led Zeppelin out there. Anyway, as soon as he sees it, he'll be like, oh, he'll get into it. This is a great opportunity for me to force my tastes upon myself. February 13th on Peacock, Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. I don't think I ever watched either of the other two. I'm sure Jared Lowe did. He's probably most likely to have seen both Bridget Jones movies. No.
Never seen them.
Oh. Don't tell. I bet your wife's going to set you down. Then we have Valentine's Day weekend. Captain America, Brave New World.
Your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that or you don't want to.
Who you think they talk about?
Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers. You're right. I'm not.
Who you think they talk about? Talk about us.
Stand by for proof of death. You want me? Come and get me!
As interested as I am in seeing this movie, spoiler, it's not in my top 10 anticipated movies of the year. And it's a Captain America movie. So I think it's going to be a pretty good year.
Every big comic movie this year, I will go see. I'm excited to see. I want to see. But every one of them has something that's making me, I don't know if it's quite going to hit the way I want. I want them all to be good. I want them all to be great big hits. But I don't know. I just feel like they're squeezing so much into this. There's all these. They keep. Oh, this guy's going to be this character, and would they cast this person? It's like, this is a cat movie. It's a solo movie, and like not everyone will have seen the Disney series to know all the backstory and how he got wherever they're going to set this up to. So I don't know. It's going to be a hard thing to kind of juggle all this continuity from the Falcons' history with a brand new story and a different General Ross and all this stuff, but they're saying it's supposed to be like a political thriller. So if they go the Winter Soldier route and just make a good kind of thriller spy movie, let's go for it. I want to see it. Let's see what they can do.
Well, they definitely did a bunch of reshoots and stuff, which every movie does. I think people make too much of that sometimes, but this one in particular feels like they had to wrangle it in multiple times to try to end up with a movie that they hopefully feel good about. Also, Paddington in Peru. I have not watched either. This will be the third one. I haven't watched either one. Paddington was a favorite of mine when I was a child. I loved to read about some marmalade, but I didn't watch either of these movies.
Paddington has to. He's in search of his auntie that apparently raised him. I think is the plot of the. I haven't seen either movie either, but
wow.
But yeah, I don't know.
People love these movies. They
do.
Like,
they do.
Critics and fan favorites.
You are correct. Then we have February 21st, Cleaner. This is Daisy Ridley in like a John McClane role, but it feels like propaganda because it's environmental activists are basically the bad guys in this, and she's got to stop them because they're just terrible, and so I just kind of was turned off by the whole thing. But not that, it could be good. I don't know. Just felt wrong. We got The Monkey. We always have all these Stephen King movies coming out. This is a movie based on the short story from Skeleton Crew, I believe was the one. It's always had the monkey on the cover with the with the symbols or whatever. I think I could be remembering wrong. I don't know, but I always think of the monkey on the cover of Skeleton Crew, I think. Anyway, it's about that. It's whoever controls it controls life and death. And I don't know. I watched the preview. It didn't look too bad. Theo James, Elijah Wood, Tatiana Maslany. We'll see.
It's not Monkey Shines?
That's what I'm thinking. Monkey
Got
Shines.
The Unbreakable Boy. Okay. Let's see what this is. Well, right off the bat, it's got Zachary Levi in it. So that's a no for me.
Is it a prequel to Unbreakable?
That's what I said. Yeah, I did read this a couple days ago, and that's exactly what I said, because he has rare brittle bone disease. And like other teenage boys, he loves pizza, movies, dancing, girls, and causing train wrecks. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say it. Let's see. Old Guy? What's that? Old Guy? Christoph Waltz and Cooper Hoffman in a hitman comedy. Old Guy. I don't know. I like both of them. And The Quiet Ones. What's that? Wasn't that already a movie? The Quiet One? Don't know what that is. Let's see. February 28th. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. I watched this trailer. This is the team up of Daffy Duck and Porky Pig. So it didn't look bad.
This is different than the one that got
yes,
shelved.
That was Coyote versus Acme. Was that what that was?
Also a live action animated, or is this just animated?
This is 2D animation. I think both of them were. So it didn't look bad. Just looked like there was a lot of butts. I felt like I saw a lot of butts, a lot of butts and tongues for a Looney Tunes movie. So I don't know, but we'll see. Last Breath. Now, apparently, this is a true story that was a documentary, and now they made it into a movie. I did see the trailer a few weeks ago and was like, nah. But it stars Woody Harrelson. I'm not losing a diver today. Some guy gets separated underwater and they have to save him. I don't know. The Legend of Ochi. You know what this is, Cliff? This feels like something you would know. This is
nope.
It's a live action. A young girl lives on a mysterious island, heads off on her own, and befriends a little creature known as Ochi. Kind of looks like a little stuffed animal. I don't know. It's got Finn Wolfhard in it. And Willem Dafoe. So who knows what that is? Sounds terrible. Yeah, Dogman. Oh, I skipped something. We had on February 5th, Kinda Pregnant is going to be on Netflix. This is Amy Schumer, like pretending she's pregnant. Her character is pretending she's pregnant for attention. That actually sounds funny to me. Like, I think she's funny sometimes. And it's on Netflix, easy to watch. Let's see. My Dead Friend Zoe. This is like a veteran movie. Natalie Morales. I think she is supposed to have been a soldier, an Afghanistan veteran. Comes head to head with her Vietnam vet grandfather while at their ancestral lake house. Wonder if they're time travel. I don't know what. And her grandfather looks like it's played by Ed Harris. Then we have The Gorge. I saw this trailer. This is Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. It's like a sci-fi movie. They're on opposite sides of a gorge. That there's some monster or something sci-fi
portal to hell.
Yeah.
That's what they say in the trailer.
Okay. That sounds good. March 7th, In the Lost Lands. This looked terrible. This is Mila Jovovich and Dave Bautista. Yeah. It looked not good.
It's that Paul W.S. Anderson or whatever. He did all those terrible video game movies back in the day. Like, he's known for his cheap, terrible.
It looked bad. Movies. I didn't make it through the trailer. Okay, finally we're getting Mickey 17, Bong Joon-ho's movie with Robert Pattinson.
Hi, Mickey. Are you experiencing any vertigo?
I guess I am feeling a little dizzy.
Oh, wow! Did you see that?
I wouldn't be surprised if you're thinking at this point, what have I done?
How lucky can one guy be?
Nothing was working out, and I wanted to get off of Earth.
You're applying to be an expendable?
Yeah.
You read through the whole application.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
I should have read through it.
Once you die, we'll print a new version of your body.
They made me work my ass off on one mission after another.
Every time you die, we learn something new, and humanity moves forward.
Oh, wait! He's alive! It's fine.
My life is gonna
be Mickey! It's not looking very good for you.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure you're used to it by now, but what's it feel like to die?
Even on my 17th go-around, I hate dying.
Why aren't you dead? Multiples. In the case of multiples,
it's just like
we exterminate every individual.
Tell me quick.
Let's blow up these second-hand baloney boys.
Why don't you guys do rock, paper, scissors, and then we'll just shoot the loser.
Tell me quick.
like you. But I'm you. I'm not you. I'm gonna kill you.
Tell me quick.
This is so exciting!
The trailer for that made it look wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see it. It just, I mean, it's a space movie with multiples of the guy with clones or whatever. I was like, well, Moon is a good movie. Duncan Jones made with, with that plot was probably. But this one looks a little wackier than that, so maybe it'll be different.
Yeah. So the idea is every time he gets killed, they download his memory into a new clone, and then like number 17 got killed, so they released number 18, but 17 wasn't dead, so now there's 2 of them, and that's as far as I know. But yeah, Bong Joon-ho, give him benefit of the doubt.
Yep,
I'll see it.
At the theater?
Probably not.
That's what I thought. Night of the Zoopocalypse. Okay. This is a horror movie made for kids, it says. About zoo animals who have to save the day and stop a zombie virus from taking over. It's animated, of course. But, I don't know, if you're looking for a scary movie for kids, I work with a guy that wants to show his kids something scary, but you can't find something that isn't too scary, So we'll see.
Bumps vibe or something.
Yeah.
Up that alley.
Let's see. Black Bag, March 14th. This is Kate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender. They played this trailer last night before Pantera. And it's just another spy movie. That's all Michael Fassbender does now is spy stuff. I like spy stuff. I like him in them. But that's all he does. The Electric State on Netflix is, I assume everybody's seen the trailer for that. It's Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt, Ki-Hai Kwan, Jason Alexander, Giancarlo Esposito, Stanley Tucci, Anthony Mackie, Woody Harrelson, Jenny Slate, Brian Cox, Alan Tudyk. Netflix has a lot of money.
Who's directing that? Is that somebody?
Oh, I bet not. I do not see who's directing. Oh, it's directed by. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Russo brothers. I do.
Oh, okay. That's I knew it.
Yeah, there was somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
A world where machines and humans coexist. Basically, free to robots. We have a movie called Novocaine with Jack Quaid. Can't Feel Pain.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for this one too. It looked interesting. I guess I somewhat like Jack Quaid after The Boys, and kind of looked, up that alley, I guess. A lot of ultra violence and him getting hurt but can't feel it, and actiony.
That kind of a Deadpool-y thing.
Yeah.
But Amber Midthunder is in it. She was the girl that was in that Prey movie. Yeah. Opus. What's Opus here? Okay. An iconic pop star returns after decades missing. This has Ayo Edebiri, and the pop star is John Malkovich. I believe. At least that's the way I'm in.
Oh, this is Ari Aster, isn't it? Is that his name?
Is it? No.
No.
This is Mark Anthony Green.
Oh. What am I confusing this with?
I don't know, but he does have a movie this year. I'll say later. Let's see. March 21st, The Alto Knights. A pair of Italian Americans who run 2 separate crime families in the mid 20th century. This is a Robert De Niro and Cosmo Jarvis. That's that guy from the Shogun series. He was the main character. And not sure. We'll see. Gangster movie, I guess. Of course, we got Snow White, Disney's Snow White coming out. Does anybody care about these live action Disney movies?
Not this one. I mean, I watched the trailer for it and I thought Gal Gadot or whatever her name, Wonder Woman, she looks really good in it. Like she plays the evil queen.
Yeah, that seems like good casting.
Yeah, she looks like she was having a good time making this movie. The rest of it, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, look not good to me. So I think they're trying to expand on the legend, the Disney movie, and put some new touches on it. But yeah, no.
Who needs that?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it seems like some of those live action ones end up being big hits, but I can't see this one being a.
I don't think
Snow White occupies that much of the
not anymore. Yeah,
memory that's I don't see it.
And if I'm gonna go see one of these live action movies, or even see one of these live action movies this year, this is not going to be the one I'm going to see.
We got some trippy horror movie called Ash. The Friend is a movie with Naomi Watts I think it's just about how much she likes her dog. I don't that's all I can. Bill Murray is in it, I think, but not much of a role. Magazine Dreams. That was supposed to come out a year or two ago. It was the Jonathan Majors movie. But now finally, it's coming out, I guess. It was like he's a magazine model or something, and I don't know. It's coming out. Probably not very big. March 28th, The Woman in the Yard. That sounds stupid. And even it doesn't know what the plot is. And A Working Man.
The Woman in the Yard and A Working Man.
A Working Man. I did see the trailer for A Working Man last night before Pantera. This was quite is fit right in. This guy, I never watch his movies. I don't ever want to. Every trailer I ever see, I think, I'm not going to watch that. Jason Statham is the working man. He was the beekeeper last January. This year, he's the working man. He's always like an ex-soldier that can whip ass.
He's got a niche that he fills.
Yeah. It doesn't fill anything for me. I'm not into it. Okay, April 4th. We got the Minecraft movie. So potentially
Dogman and Minecraft in the same year. That's a middle school blockbuster.
Jack Black.
The trailer looked dumb, but that's still like insanely popular to this day. And it's
One thing I would say,
kids that don't play it anymore who grew up playing it have a soft spot for Minecraft though.
Yeah, I think it's unlikely that I think that Dogman would be more successful because that's now. Those kids are still reading those books. They're going to want to go see that animated. This doesn't seem anything like Minecraft, and everybody that was super into Minecraft is older. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't
I
seem
think
like...
they'll still go see it. I do.
Yeah, and I would say from like what I see my kids watching on YouTube, it's 20-year-olds that are still streaming Minecraft, and it's still huge. And those are the people who will go pay to see a movie.
Yeah.
An 8-year-old maybe can't convince his parents to take him to see Dogman.
I guess.
All the 20-year-olds, unemployed 20-year-olds who are still playing Minecraft every day.
I bet if I went online, those 20-year-olds.
The opinions of Jared Lowe do not reflect Ka-Pow the Pop Culture Podcast.
All right.
I bet if I went online, those 20-year-olds are shitting all over the Minecraft trailer.
Probably.
We got Freaky Tales with Pedro Pascal and Tom Hanks. 4 interconnected stories set in 1987 Oakland, California. Will tell about the love of music, movies, people, places, and memories beyond our knowable universe.
What?
I don't know. I don't even know what that means. April 11th, The Amateur. Okay, I saw this trailer also, and actually, I thought this looked like a movie. This is one of those that I've grown. I can go watch this movie and just enjoy it. It's this, a guy wants to face his wife's killer, look him in the eyes, and balance the scales. Thrilling new revenge movie with Rami Malek, Rachel Brosnahan, John Bernthal, Hope McElhaney. Basically, in the trailer, it shows his wife gets killed, and he's a spy or something. He wants to go.
He's like a nerdy dude that works for the FBI.
It's like Mr. Robot, the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got Drop. I don't know what that is. Oh, I hope it's not your phone into the toilet.
Ooh, no, I saw this was.
You know something about this?
This was a twisty one. There's so many of these movies this year that are real high concept that are you're like, you get the concept like that could be amazing, or it could be the worst thing I've ever seen.
Right.
So who knows? Is this the one? A woman was on like a blind date and gets
a widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment.
Said she has to kill her blind date, or they'll kill her kid. So I'm sure it's just some thriller where some voice on the phone is threatening. It's like, that's a pretty cool concept. If it's done right, that could be a killer movie.
I hope it's Ski.
I'll find out for you. I hope it is too. Now that you said it. Brandon Sklaner says, but the girl is Megan Fahey, she was in that second season of The White Lotus. She did a good job. So yeah, I figured she would start getting some jobs because she did a good job in that show. That's probably the closest thing we have to prestige TV right now is the White Lotus. If you've any of you ever watched The White Lotus, great show.
Yeah.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah. I've seen both seasons.
Yeah. Okay. April 18th. Ready to drop that AC/DC. We got The Passion of the Christ, Resurrection.
Hit the music.
Yeah, it's coming.
I mean, come on. We called this how many years ago on this freaking episode?
Oh, yeah. So I think they even changed the title since this. This hasn't been updated. I saw something in the last day or two. It's longer than just Resurrection. It's like Resurrection. I think it's Passion of the Christ, Resurrection of the Christ. Like it's something absurd,
Finally, I mean, we've got, obviously they did the origin story of all the apostles and it led to this.
And they've left us hanging. Passion of the Christ was a long time ago. We need to know what happens next.
I know. It's been longer than 3 days. The Ritual. 2 priests, one questioning his faith and one reckoning with a troubled past, must put aside their differences to save a possessed young woman. We got Father Theophilus and Father Joseph something. The two that anybody just want to guess who they I always get in positions
I was trying to imagine the best possible pairing. I don't know.
John C. Reilly.
I'll tell you that Mother Superior is played by Patricia Heaton.
So Tim Allen and Tom Hanks.
No. Dan Stevens and Al Pacino.
Get out of there, demon.
Please. This is what I'm doing. Is I'm inviting any impressions. We have Sinners in IMAX. I don't know if anyone recognizes that, but I've never seen a trailer, but I've seen some screenshots and stuff.
Michael B. Jordan and
Michael B. Jordan, yes, and Ryan Coogler's vampire movie Sinners. So yeah, there was two of them, wasn't there?
Twin vampire hunters. Like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
I agree. This. I'll jot something down there. Let's see here. That does look good.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have Sneaks. Sometimes I click too deep into these lists of movies on these dates and start getting into some real crap.
Reboot of the classic 1992 movie Sneakers.
No, it's not Sneakers. That would be good.
So I'm all over.
This is when a designer sneaker unwittingly finds himself lost in New York City. Oh, it must be a cartoon. I hope it's a cartoon.
I hope it's not.
It's Keith David, Anthony Mackie, Lawrence Fishburne, Martin Lawrence. Wow. Miss me with that, maybe. Star Bright.
I want to see Martin Lawrence dressed up as a shoe on the streets of New York City.
Is this a Disney ripoff here? We got Star Bright. A woman finds the secret to making wishes come true. Is this the Tinkerbell origin story?
I don't know. Sounds like they ripped off Rainbow Bright.
Yeah. The Wedding Banquet. A gay man makes a deal with his lesbian friend. A green card marriage for him in exchange for in vitro fertilization treatments for her. Plans evolve as other stuff happens. It's Bowen Yang and Lily Gladstone.
Feels like a late 90s movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're still trying to make those. April 25th, The Accountant 2. Anybody see The Accountant?
No.
Ben Affleck and what's her name? What's that little girl's name? She was in Twilight and dang it. You guys are going to make me look at this. She's not in this, so I can't easily look at it, but she was in Up in the Air with George Clooney.
Natalie Portman.
No. What do you say?
Anna Kendrick?
Yes. She's not in this. But she was in the first one.
It's like little girl.
He's like, you know what I meant.
I did not know what you meant.
But you do now. Ben Affleck was like it's been forever since I saw it. I was thinking he was like an autistic. He wasn't he was like a agent or something, you know, like
he was like a good with numbers, like he did
but
like analytics and stuff.
He also had a gun.
Yeah, crimes.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's like one of those odd movies people like. So this is the sequel to that 2016 movie. Then we have the movie version of the video game Until Dawn, where a group spends the weekend in a ski lodge. And people get killed. We're all up to May. Here we go. This is the kickoff. Last year, we didn't have a free comic book day movie for the first time ever, basically, as far as it matters. We had Fall Guy. So that worked out. But this year we got one, and it's Thunderbolts.
Look at you. Don't even for once think that you are heroes.
What's the plan?
Mr. Barnes, good to have you back. I brought you all here.
Because everyone here has done but things.
They're hunting us.
Who are you?
I'm Bob.
You're here.
What the hell?
For him.
The only reason I'm here is to fix your mess.
How do you do it, Dad? I lost my way. Keep going without any purpose.
Make it your own.
Is that Bucky?
That's not good.
It's Thunderbolts asterisk. There's something they're not telling us.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, I keep seeing it like there's either going to be a second part of the title or something, but they're calling
they
it
love
Thunderbolts
that.
asterisk.
You gotta. I could see if they feel like they want to have more of these. They want to differentiate it. But I mean, what are they going to call it? I don't know. Would it be something
Rise
to do
of
with
the Sentry?
Yeah,
it might
the
have something
Sentry.
to do
Like,
with
yeah,
that.
I like the Sentry. I like that character in the comics.
I love all these characters, and they're all. But there's something about it that's like, is this going to be any good or not? I don't have any reason to think it won't be, but
the trailer does not blow me away. But I do like all the characters and the actors, and it's not the Thunderbolts. It's not the comics. Like they just totally did something else with it, but still. I like the idea.
I'm actually very excited about this movie. This feels right up my alley. Like these weird but oddball, likable characters making up a team. That's my go-to.
Well, next week you have Atlantis. This is, by the way, pay close attention. These are movies all eligible for the Summer Movie Challenge when we get to that. So. Atlantis. This has that Halle Bailey, Quinta Brunson. It's a musical inspired by Pharrell Williams' childhood in Virginia Beach. Okay. There's just so many movies about Pharrell Williams now. There was like a Lego movie about him this year. I'm not that into Pharrell Williams. I don't know. We got
seeing a kid on a beach finding a big dumb hat in the sand.
Yeah, that's. I hope at the end that's what it is.
The post-credit scene, the origin of that hat.
Yep.
You see him staring at a giant. He's standing outside of an Arby's looking at their sign.
No, the guy who creates Arby's is looking at him.
Yeah.
All right, we got A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, an imaginative tale of two strangers and the unbelievable journey that connects them. May 9th. This is Kogonada. This is the director that did Columbus in 2017. I thought it was good. And After Yang in 2021. It was like where the family had a robot living with them. But these are like very thoughtful, slow movies. But I thought they were both well done. That After Yang had Colin Farrell, and this one does also. Colin Farrell, Margot Robbie, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So, but several people in there. But that's an interesting director. Then we have, maybe in sharp contrast, we have Clown in a Cornfield. Can't leave this one out. A fading Midwestern town in which Friendo the Clown, a symbol of bygone success, reemerges as a terrifying scourge. So look forward to that. It's got Will Sasso in it as the sheriff.
A working man, a clown in the cornfield, and what was the woman movie?
One in the yard.
Yeah,
woman in the yard and a clown in the cornfield.
There you go.
All right. We got Final Destination: Bloodlines, May 16th. I don't know how many Final Destination movies were there. Does anybody have any idea?
Lots.
Wow. I think I only watched one. I only watched one. And it was neat. That first one, that was a clever concept. I never watched any more, though. All you ever think about is the truck with the trees in the back. Like, that's the thing. So it has like cultural. It has a bigger cultural footprint than Avatar, because whenever I see a truck with trees in the back, I think of that movie. Todd.
Whenever I see a ponytail,
it's true.
You're like, why can't I plug this in? That's the wrong jack here. Tony Todd. Maybe he died, right? This is probably his last movie. We will see. Maybe he's a clown. Or no, that's the wrong movie. May 23rd, live action, Lilo and Stitch.
This was the one I was referencing against Snow White. I would rather go see a a non-live action, but live action.
Right. I can't wait till they make these live action movies into animated.
Yes.
That comes out the same week as get ready for this title: Mission: Impossible - The Final Reckoning. It's nothing I like better than the
destination.
Yeah. Than the thought of them shoehorning in lore from this entire series to try to make it all tie up in a not, perfect thing that was probably never intended. But I know that the guy from the first movie, the guy that has to keep going throwing up while he drops down from the ceiling into the CIA, that guy's in this movie. So I was like, okay, bring it on. I'm into it. I want lore. But yeah, obviously I'm interested. May 30th, Karate Kid: Legends.
Our traditions are forged in history. Karate, Kung Fu, a legacy that stands unshaken. To grow, one must face the storm and endure its trials. Your greatest enemy is not out there. It is within.
He reminds me of someone I once knew. Balance is the key. Without it, you're already defeated.
You can't push me down anymore.
I'm doing this for all of us. Whatever it takes.
In every move, find purpose. In every step, find meaning.
This is just the beginning. Legends are not born, they're forged.
We don't know.
So we got a movie here. We got Jackie Chan, Ralph Macchio, and Ben Wang as Li Fong.
I don't know. When they announced Cobra Kai, I kind of rolled my eyes. I'm like, this could, who needs more, fleshing out this story? It's 30 years old. So that's kind of how this idea makes me feel. But who knows? Like, Cobra Kai was way better than it had any right to be. So this could be good.
And I feel like this maybe could be a nice, sorbet after dinner or something. I'm kind of burnt out on the Cobra Kai of it all. So a little less characters, focus on this person we don't know, and it's these two, characters from the Karate Kid. Try maybe not complete Karate Kid lore, but it's Jackie Chan. Come on, like he might bring something to this, So
well,
I'm interested.
There's no Johnny. So basically, everything I don't like about Karate Kid and Cobra Kai is Ralph Macchio, and he's the one that's in this. So
yeah, I don't feel the same. So I'm gonna definitely see this. Also that weekend, The Life of Chuck. Now I just read this a couple months ago. It's in the if it bleeds. What's that?
Was that Zachary Levi again? Wasn't he Chuck?
No.
Yeah.
No, this is not Chuck. This is The Life of Chuck. But that was a Stephen King short story. It's a life-affirming, genre-bending story based on his novella about 3 chapters in the life of an ordinary man named Charles Krantz. It's got Mark Hamill in it. But the title Chuck is Tom Hiddleston. You got Karen Gillan, Chiwetel Ejiofor. It's a very thoughtful story about, just each individual's life and what all they, everybody contains multitudes. So I really liked the story, and I'm looking forward to this adaptation. And it's told backwards. It's told in 3 acts, starting with goes 3, 2, 1. Then we got Dirty Dancing 2. What the hell is this?
That sounds made up.
He's dead. This is going to be dark. The only cast we have here is Surprise, Jennifer Grey. And there's no plot that I see, but will there be? Let's see. Okay, here we got a title for you. From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. This was supposed to come out last year. It did not. This is the trailer looks pretty good. Anna de Armas.
I enjoy all the John Wick movies that I see.
Too.
I just don't go gaga for them.
Yeah, there's a 3-year-old out there that hopefully will be 4 in time to watch this freaking movie with me. Give it that extra added.
No, he's watching The Clown in the Cornfield.
June 13th, Pixar's Elio,
yeah.
Elio?
Mm-hmm.
Sci-fi movie?
Yeah.
Cosmic Misadventure?
Yeah.
It's delayed from last year.
Yeah.
Last spring it was supposed to come out. A space fanatic with an active imagination and huge alien obsession. Elio is all in for an epic undertaking when he's beamed up to the Communiverse. Wow. He's mistakenly identified as Earth's leader. Okay. I don't know about this.
I've seen the trailer, and I'm not real excited about it, but Pixar knows how to tell a story, if nothing else.
Yeah,
but I don't know this is the best story to tell.
Also that weekend, the live action, of course. That's all we're doing now. Live action, How to Train Your Dragon.
When you carry this axe, you carry all of us with you.
Dad, I can't kill dragons.
But you will. I'm a Viking. I'm a Viking!
It's okay. I won't hurt you.
So, whatever. I saw some. I remember when they put the teaser or poster of this, and it just looks like a washed out, bleak version of what was a bright, a colorful, cool animated movie.
It's it's a very popular IP.
Yeah.
I mean, Universal.
I know, that's why they do it. It's all about.
Universal was building a How to Train Your Dragon land in their new theme park that's opening up this year. And I don't understand why.
Okay, here we go. I've never seen either of the previous movies in this series. We have 28 years later. I did see that after having tried to watch it multiple times and not having access to it, is now available to stream. You can rent it. So yeah, saw this trailer a couple times. It looks pretty cool.
The franchise that introduced the fast zombies.
Yes.
That people are still debating to this day. What's better, a fast zombie or a slow zombie?
Yeah. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jodie Comer. This is, Alex Garland, I like, and I'm glad, he good writer. Ray Fiennes, Alfie Williams. I like, it does say here, Cillian Murphy is in this. He is not in this movie. So if anybody thought he was going to be in this movie, he is not. But are you aware that there's another one of these movies next year?
Yeah, this is the third of a trilogy, but it's also like the start of a new trilogy, I guess.
Yeah, there will be a colon next year, let me tell you. But maybe he'll be in that one. June 27th, we have F1 movie. This is, F1. It's that movie they've been making the last couple of years. Joe Kosinski, the guy who made the Top Gun Maverick, Oblivion, Tron Legacy. So good action director, and you got Brad Pitt as an F1 driver. Carrie Condon, I like her. I like F1. I like, I saw a trailer, I feel like, not too long ago. Definitely, I will watch this. Megan, or however you say that with a 3 in it. Mathrigan 2.0.
Got a point. That's like half a colon.
Right. So
that movie was huge. That movie blew up.
It did.
That's kind of a cheap horror movie. I feel like they put out, when no one was expecting it. And
I think
you got a huge response.
I think it's definitely going to be a wrench in the Summer Movie Challenge because it was a very popular movie. I'm curious to look back and see how much money it made. And that's right before the July 4th weekend, so it'll probably ride on into that. Right beside Jurassic World Rebirth. Oh, colon Rebirth. There is one.
I would assume.
Yeah, you got to have a colon. 5 years post Jurassic World, post sitting in the theater next to a guy after I told him he was not in his living room and to be quiet.
Is this
an expedition saves
Chris Pratt and the same people?
No Chris Pratt. Now it's Jonathan Bailey, who was just in Wicked and inexplicably nominated for Wicked. You don't just, if you have a good movie, you don't just nominate everybody in the freaking movie. Like, he was not special in that. Sorry, Jonathan Bailey's mom. Scarlett Johansson is the one they paid a bundle to be in this. So we'll see. I thought all of these sucked.
I don't even want to guess again for the summer movie thing. This could be the biggest movie of the summer, or it could just no one will care anymore.
Agree. Also that weekend, we have a movie, Trey Parker, the Untitled Trey Parker film. He is, let's see. What does it say? I thought, okay, let me find a premise here.
Musical.
The film will depict the past and present coming to a head when a young black man who is interning as a slave reenactor at a living history museum discovers that his white girlfriend's ancestors once owned his. And hilarity ensues. I don't know. That sounds interesting. He's a funny guy. Let's see. And then the big one comes rolling in July 11th. Superman. Jotting that down there. Great trailer. Not gonna watch any more of those. Definitely looked good. Can't wait to see what this James Gunn DC is gonna be.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is I'm glad other people were excited about it. So
yeah, so
again, we're squeezing in. Oh, go ahead.
I'd say not. I wouldn't consider myself a big Superman fan. I was not a fan of any of the Snyder DC movies. Like none of the DC movies did anything for me. So I was not looking forward to this. But I saw the trailer and I was like, all right, yeah, that looked pretty good. Like, yeah. So even someone coming from outside, it was intriguing to me.
Yeah, to me it was like, all right. We got Superman back, the core. Yeah, we're gonna kick off James Gunn's era with this, the iconic hero. And it's like, well, we gotta have Metamorpho and Guy Gardner and Hawkwoman, and it's like, no,
too much.
Slow down. This isn't the Suicide Squad or the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is Superman. I do like the idea. It's not an origin story. We're coming into it. He's already a hero. He already knows Lois Lane. Like it's not ground zero anymore. We're already halfway through the story. So
right. His dog's been waiting here for years for him to get here. Probably. I texted you guys. I was excited about kids looking up to him. Them kissing was big for me. Marvel's allergic to it. There's no romance barely in any Marvel thing, and a little bit of that taste of the John Williams score kind of mixed up. I don't know, just definitely that's going to be a big freaking movie.
Huge. I think for one thing, that's exactly it. It's the complaint we've had about Batman and DC since as long as we've been doing this show. It's like, we don't need to see the origin story. I've seen it 100 million times. Let's just do good stories, and we can skip all that. Everybody, we know enough. We're good.
And I get it. If you're a Snyderverse fan and you like those movies, you dig that style. Like he's good at making cool characters. Snyder, Superman, Henry Cavill was great as the character. Like, but I Superman's just more important. It's more important than being cool. It's being Superman. Like, it's being that character, that icon, that heroic that we need now. I want to see I want to cry in the movie theater. I want a big, bright.
Oh, you will believe a man can cry.
Well played.
All right, and then the week after Superman, July 18th, we have an IP that hasn't been used in a long time, but I remember it well. I Know What You Did Last Summer. You guys remember those?
Oh, yeah.
I was so big. Like, what year was that? I mean, 90s, like mid-90s.
It's in the wake of Scream, all these teen
it was the
self-aware teen horror movies.
This was had the hook hand and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yep.
She's back.
I feel like this the first ones came out at this and Final Destination. It was all like that same era, probably the same years.
Freddie Prinze Jr. in that original one?
Yeah.
Okay, he's coming back.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was in the
Sarah Michelle Gellar was
that's what I thought she was. I forgot.
Who was the
got killed, I'm sure, yeah.
Who was the other dude?
I don't
know. Chabert? That feels like a...
Oh, that's a Party of Five. You're Is Scott Wolf, was he in that? Matthew. Anyway,
Ryan Phillippe.
That's who I thought it was.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
That was 97 too. That first one was 97.
Okay.
Okay, so he was in that with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and then 2 years later was in Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he had done something before that. All right, so also, if that's not your thing, that weekend we have the Smurfs movie, and it's a musical.
Nice.
An animated musical film revolving around these iconic creations. Okay. Lots of people in it, including $5 Bill, Kurt Russell. Only one of them.
He better be the most rugged Smurf I've ever seen.
He's got to be Papa Smurf. The only character listed here that, of all this huge cast, that I'm not going to go through, but the only one that is listed is Smurfette. Who is Smurfette? Everybody gets a guess. It's a musical. I'll say that.
Billie Eilish.
No.
No.
Ariana Grande.
It wasn't it. In the other movie, it was like Katy Perry or whatever was in the previous movies, but yeah,
I'm going to say Miley Cyrus.
You're closer than Billie Eilish. What you got, Jared? Who'd you say?
It was Katy Perry in the older movies, but
no, she's canceled for just being stupid.
Yeah.
No, it's Rihanna, and yes, Miley Cyrus is closer to Rihanna than Billie Eilish.
None of them are blue.
Whatever math I
want to see your work on that one.
I did the work. It's not an even number, but all right, July 25th. I gotta tell you, I'm looking forward to this. I hope I'm not disappointed by anything, but we got a big colon here. The Fantastic Four : First Steps. We're on the way to. I know Jordan's not a multiverse guy. I still like that stuff, and I like the idea of how easily you can introduce things like this, like them from a the 60s or whatever, and how they're going to roll into this Secret Wars stuff. Like this, this could be cool. They've never got the Fantastic Four right yet. And this they could totally not. I'm not convinced by any of the casting that this is right, but I don't know. It's still, I'm excited about it.
Who's going to play the Cloud?
The Cloud?
Yeah, the bad guy. He's a big cloud, right?
Oh, I don't know.
They cast that dude from The Witch with the voice.
Well, yeah, I know. I gotta look at this. I tried not to pay any attention, but
what's that dude's name?
I don't know.
Ralph Ineson.
Yeah,
as Galactus.
A great voice.
I love the Fantastic Four. I like even those first two movies. I rewatched them before Deadpool came out, and these were fun. As early Marvel entries, as PG-rated family films, they had some good stuff. They got some stuff right. What they got wrong was Doctor Doom. The follow-up movies with Miles
Teller.
They're
definitely not going to do that this time.
Got a lot of stuff wrong, and they got Doctor Doom wrong. So my hope was Marvel Studios will get Doom right. That was the most exciting thing about this movie. And now we've cast Robert Downey Jr., and I don't know what that means. I don't know if they've got a brilliant idea or if they've strike three and no one can ever get Doctor Doom right. I don't know. But this was very high on my list. I'm very excited to see it. What I've seen, the costumes are a little iffy. I do like the retro throwback 60s vibes. That's awesome to me. Again, the casting I'm iffy on, but my hopes are very high.
Yep, same. I
think Marvel needs especially this second whatever wave we're in of after Endgame, we're on a whole new thing. Has been a little bit, we don't know what the center thing's on, and if Fantastic Four comes out and is great, that's a good center to launch us into Secret Wars and whatever comes next. So I think Marvel really needs they need a hit, of course. But they also need story-wise to establish some new interesting characters that can propel the story for years to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably the one kind of Marvel movie that I'm most excited about, I would say. And I hate to rag on the Disney Plus and the TV shows and stuff, but I do feel like that it's kind of diluted the product, a little bit, to where even with the Captain America stuff, I'm oh yeah, I watched that show Disney Plus, it was okay. It's I shouldn't feel that way. I'm sure the movie's gonna be great, but it's I just, some of that stuff, we're talking about the third and the fourth movie of some of these franchises, and I'm just kind of yeah, okay, I like all this. But I think, to me, really all that's left is Fantastic Four, and if they, reboot X-Men eventually, it's that was I'm an X-Men guy. That was my favorite franchise of all time, or whatever. So, those are the things to me that are oh, okay, this is new, this is different. We haven't done this yet. I'm intrigued. MCU, what can you do with these guys now? Let me see. So, yeah, very, very intrigued and looking forward to this.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential on the horizon.
Yeah.
I like all these actors individually. They have cast as the Fantastic Four. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I have a suspicion I'm going to like it, but I think it's going to, as a whole in the pop culture world, I think Superman's just going to overshadow everything this summer.
We will see. Then we'll be into the final month of the Summer Movie Challenge. August 1st, we get the sequel to the animated movie The Bad Guys. We got The Bad Guys 2. No interest here. We got Beneath the Storm. It doesn't look like anything. But big movie that weekend I will definitely go see, unless some trailer's terrible, but it seems like a no-brainer. The Naked Gun reboot or whatever you want to call it, with Liam Neeson and the Leslie Nielsen role, which is perfect. Like he's basically done this multiple times already, and I always loved The Naked Gun. Like I remember vividly seeing these movies in the theater, and just like I still quote them all the time. If anybody says nice anything to me, I said thanks. I just got it stuffed. I always think of Priscilla Presley standing there. But very excited about The Naked Gun. Okay, August 8th. Just the other day, this was titled the Paul Thomas Anderson Untitled movie. It now has a title. The Battle of Bacton Cross. I had done some research. Let me look here. I got did end up getting some sort of explanation of what it was, but anyway, it's got Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn, who he was in Licorice Pizza, so in a small role, but we haven't had Leo with PTA before that. I don't think so. And it's based on a book, I believe people are saying, called Vineland, and it has something to do with the 80s. It's like a community in the 80s.
Oh, it's that Thomas Pynchon book.
Yes. Yeah. Who he did Inherent Vice. He wrote Inherent Vice. So
he writes very unfilmable books. So.
Okay.
So what the challenge of adapting.
Love PTA. Like this is exciting. I was glad to say it finally made it to the list. I thought I had discovered this because I went through and just looked at my list of like top 30 directors to see if anybody was making anything this year. So that's a big one. But that's not the one Cliff's going to see that weekend.
Oh, hell no.
What are you seeing, Cliff?
Freakier Friday.
Freakier Friday.
The Lohan classic. Jamie
Man, I remember
Curtis.
seeing that first one with Jodie Foster, right? That's a
Oh, you mean the original? Yeah.
Yes,
yes.
The original that when
yes.
Not That's the one I remember.
That one did not have Lohan in it.
No. So you're gonna have some Freakier Friday going on.
I like the first
just
one.
Switching again. Why is it freakier? They've already been through it once. Like they should. If it's just them switching again, that doesn't seem freakier.
Years
freaky.
after
Yeah.
Tess and Anna endured an identity crisis, Anna now has a daughter and a soon-to-be stepdaughter. As they navigate the challenges that come when two families merge, Tess and Anna discover that lightning might strike twice. I read that thinking there'd be some freakier twist, but there isn't. Oh, you know who's in this? Chad. Isn't this the guy?
Chad.
That you're supposed to say Michael?
Oh, yes.
I say Murray.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
You guys suck.
I didn't hear him say it.
Chad Michael Murray.
You can only do that once.
I guess.
That's what makes it freakier, is adding Chad Michael Murray.
That's all it takes.
The freakier is when they start selling off body parts and from people in the town. He comes out in his Elvis jumpsuit.
Whatever. Okay, we got the next weekend. We got Mercy. I don't know, some sci-fi movie with Chris Pratt where he's a cop. What a twist. Nobody 2. This is the Bob Odenkirk movie where he's basically, suburban dad Hutch Mansell, a former lethal assassin, is pulled back into his violent past. After thwarting that home invasion, set off a chain of events that unravels secrets about his wife's past. Oh my gosh. Who's his wife? I can't remember.
The original was fine. I don't know that I need any more to the story.
Yeah. Connie Nielsen played his wife. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it was fine. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but it was still decent. I was glad I watched it, and I will watch this. But I just like him. I'll support Bob Odenkirk. And then we jump all the way to August 29th, 2 weeks there, so something will be in there in between. But we're going to have Thread, an Insidious tale. So apparently there must be an Insidious movies. I've heard of that, right? Never saw one. This is a couple resorts to a spell to travel back in time, hoping to prevent their daughter's tragic death. That actually sounds interesting. And the cast listed is Mandy Moore and Kumail Nanjiani. So, I don't know. I know who they are. I've never watched an Insidious. I cannot say an Insidious together. Tale. I've never watched any of those, but the following week, September 5th, probably the last weekend of the Summer Movie Challenge. So unlikely to be anyone's pick. Another franchise I've seen none of. The Conjuring, Last Rites. It's the return of everyone's favorite paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren, as they take on one last terrifying case involving mysterious entities they must confront. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga.
When you said Insidious, I thought of Patrick Wilson. Like, wait, no, that's that other franchise. And they're right here in the same month. That's weird.
Yep, they're hoping people will actually watch the first one and then have to go back and watch the next one. September 12th, Downton Abbey 3D, I'm going to say. There's no D, but I hope they throw that in there. That'd
there should be.
That would be awesome.
Only in IMAX.
Yeah. If I can't think of a character's name right now, but if they were like bursting out off the screen. Yeah. What if Lady Mary Talbot burst off the screen? Paul Giamatti is going to be in this. I don't know. That's a new character here.
The son of the late baseball commissioner, Bart Giamatti.
He was in the show, wasn't he?
I have no idea.
What? Was it Paul Giamatti that he was like the American cousin or whatever, like season 1? I'm pretty sure he had a role.
I do not remember that.
That's why we have the Coach Mayor on every year.
Yeah. Why didn't you blow your whistle? Or hit your gavel? Put that sound effect in there. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's got everybody else in there. It'll be in 3D, so I'm excited. Let's see. September 19th, Him. That sounds... Promising young football player joins an isolated compound to train under a dynasty team's aging quarterback.
Hey, this is somebody.
Marlon Wayans?
Who's directing it? Is this
Justin Tipping? I'm not telling you things that's helping, I can tell.
No.
Isn't he coming to Marietta? Marlon Wayans, isn't he coming
Tim
to
Heidecker?
People's Bank Theater?
Is this the Jordan Peele movie? What's it?
No, this is not. Jordan Peele's movie is next year.
I'm getting very confused about directors.
Yeah. Jordan Peele, I looked him up. He doesn't have anything this year that I could see. Next year, he's got something. Okay, then we got September 26th, The Bride. Okay, this is your girl Maggie Gyllenhaal's movie. It's got Jessie Buckley as the bride, the titular bride. We got Jake Gyllenhaal, a little nepotism, a little nepo baby. Jake Gyllenhaal. Christian Bale as Frankenstein's monster.
Oh.
John Majaro. Peter Skarsgård.
It's kind of a Lisa Frankenstein type.
Yeah.
Modernization.
In 1830s Chicago, Frankenstein asks Dr. Euphronius to help create a companion and give life to a murdered woman as the bride, sparking romance, police interest, and radical social change. That sounds interesting.
Woke Frankenstein, we'll call it.
Yeah. What if Frankenstein went woke? Oh.
Get the torches. Cancel him quick.
Go broke. Go broke, Frankenstein.
I want to make a movie called Woke Frankenstein. That would be the best movie.
It'll sell.
Then
Looks
it
like
could be
there
a
was...
whole franchise. Woke Dracula, Woke Wolfman.
Yes.
We're doing it.
Do it. Looks like there was supposed to be a Saw movie, Saw 11, but scratched out. So I don't know whether it's really happening or if that's what it's supposed to look like. So I don't know. October 3rd, there's a movie called Michael, which I was scared for a second, but as the Michael Jackson movie. So, I mean, that might make a bunch of money, I would assume. People like that.
Where's that movie end? At what point of his career?
Right.
Where do we stop?
It ends with the HBO documentary.
That's what all those kids said.
Yeah,
Let's just
over
call
the
this
credits.
part one. Label this as part one, and then never do a part two.
Then we have a movie that weekend called Roofman. One word. Roofman.
Roof, like as in dog man?
No, roof is like your roof
on your house.
And the person that's on it would be a roofman.
That was a dog man ripoff.
I don't know whether this is like a twist on To Catch a Thief or what, but it says the story of the rooftop robber Jeffrey Manchester and his time on the lam evading capture. Who is Roofman?
Liam Neeson.
You think Liam Neeson is getting up on a roof?
Oh yeah,
Jason Statham.
No.
Tim Allen.
It's gonna be
Tim Allen was on a roof.
Miley Cyrus, that's some woke roofman right there.
Roofmen can be women too. Stop being sexist.
Awful close to Rihanna being up there. What's your guess, Cliff? Who's roofman?
I said Tim Allen.
Oh,
he was on the roof.
A lot of old people up on the roof. I'm not getting up on my roof. I gave that up. Well, yeah, Jared, last chance. You got to be closer than either of those.
Who's the hot young?
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy is closer. You're in the right age range.
That guy everybody likes now.
Glenn Powell.
Yeah, him.
Oh,
Well, you're closer. Well, who was the guy everybody liked before him?
Miles Teller.
No, they never liked him. Channing Tatum is.
Who is they?
Channing Tatum's the roofman. Come on, are you people crazy?
October 10 years ago is Glenn Powell. You're
yeah, he is a perfect example of who Glenn Powell is. October 10th, Animal Friends. So, two animals become unlikely friends. Animated, Ryan Reynolds, Aubrey Plaza, a whole bunch of, always a million stars in one of those. So, who cares? Same weekend, Tron: Ares.
I don't think it has. The soundtrack is not Daft Punk this time.
Well, why would they mess?
Guess who it is? Don't look. Don't look. Guess who it is? It's not Daft Punk. Tron: Ares.
Who's doing the soundtrack?
Yeah, who's doing the soundtrack?
They've listed that? I have no idea.
Take a guess.
Pharrell.
Jordan, who you got?
Miley Cyrus. Yeah.
That Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Jared.
Probably like The Weeknd or something.
Oh, Midnight. The Midnight. I don't know.
You're all wrong.
Who is it?
9 Inch Nails.
Oh, well, okay. Now I'm interested.
I had a feeling you would say that.
A highly sophisticated program, Ares, is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission.
It's Tron in time.
Yeah, you got guess who's Ares? You're not gonna like it.
You're not gonna like it.
James Franco.
I knew that's what you'd say. Jared Leto. Even worse.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with Tron. That's not one of my classic movies.
Not
so
mine.
I've never had that. The remake, not remake, but
the sequel,
the more recent one, was cool.
Legacy.
It had really cool moments, but it's just not something I hold dear as a franchise.
Same. I like the video game. Let's see. This one I don't get, but I did like the first one. Thought it was pretty good. The Black Phone 2. I don't know what they're doing here, but I thought the first one was a clever idea, good little story. And now they're just going to try to drag it out into more stuff with the Grabber.
The Grabber. Best villain name in history. He grabs people.
I do like it.
It's perfect.
He's got a mask. Well, then what do we call him? The Grabber.
Yeah, that movie.
That's like that movie, Arthur the King, where they're like, "Let's feed him, but you really like meatballs. What are we going to call him? Arthur. Call him Meatball." Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
I say they pump out 100 of these like mid-budget horror movies a year. This one stood out from the pack when it came out. So,
Joe Hill, short story.
It was probably inevitable it was getting a sequel. But again, does the world need a Black Phone 2? I don't know. Let's find out together.
I wasn't expecting it. I'm not super excited about it. Okay. Same weekend, Good Fortune. A struggling man who gets his life swapped with his wealthy friend by a mystical force. He inherits his friend's lavish lifestyle while his friend experiences his financial hardships.
Freaky Est Friday?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This sounds way more, I'm way more into this Freaky Friday situation.
What's the low-hand situation in this one?
This is two guys. The director is Aziz Ansari. I didn't even know he directed. He wrote and directed this movie. Who are the two guys?
Well, I just looked it up, so I already know.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you one. Keanu Reeves. I'm assuming he's the guy with the cool, lavish lifestyle.
No, he's like the angel that grants the word, genie or whatever that grants the wish.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Wow, I'm totally thrown off.
He plays Uncle Billy.
He's the angel? Is that what you're saying? You've seen a preview or something?
No, I saw something. I saw some write up about it. It seemed interesting.
Okay,
it's the thing. It's like
it must be Aziz Ansari is playing one of the characters.
Aziz is like a poor guy who's complaining about his life. So an angel
Seth
comes
Rogen.
down.
Yeah, Seth Rogen's the other guy.
He says, money's not everything, so he lets him be rich for a day to show you that being rich doesn't solve your problems, and then he won't go back to being he won't switch back. So he's like, no, this is great. Being rich is great.
All right. Next weekend we got Mortal Kombat 2. I didn't watch the first one.
I did.
Sexy James Olsen back for part 2.
Who?
Sexy James Olsen.
James Olsen. I read books and work out. James Olsen. It's okay. I can be trusted with a big secret. Meet her back at the office. James Olsen.
You like Jimmy Olsen.
James Olsen. I read books and work out. James Olsen.
Oh.
He played Jax. The dude with the metal arms.
Oh, okay, I'm looking. I don't see him. Did Jax get killed?
I think he had his arms pulled off.
Oh, fatality. Michael Brooks. That's not Sexy James Olsen. They got a new Jax.
Like McCad. Brooks.
Yeah, they got a new Jax.
Disappointing.
Carl Urban, Johnny Cage. Was he Johnny Cage last time? I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. Let's see. Regretting You. Don't care. Moving on. November. We're in November. Home stretch.
Does anyone have 10 movies yet in your top 10?
Oh, I definitely do. I filled mine out last night.
I have to stretch on a few of these probably to get to it. Looks like.
Let's see. We got Jordan's definitely not gonna watch this. Neither's Cliff. Cliff said this guy's last movie was the worst movie he ever saw in his life, and Jordan didn't vibe with it either. Doesn't vibe with his movies at all. It's Bugonia. I am super hyped for this movie.
This one didn't sound bad. I like the concept.
I agree. 2 conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced, and it's Emma Stone, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth. So yeah, we got this is Yorgos Lanthimos story. So Jesse Plemons, Emma Stone, and Alicia Silverstone.
Who's the director? Did you say?
Yorgos Lanthimos.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
He did The Lobster.
Yeah.
Anyway, Poor Things.
Jesse Plemons is Ronald P. Tramp in Yorgos Lanthimos'
Bugonia, sorry.
Insect Kid. That seemed close to an insect bug.
This is the big weekend of the year, as far as I'm concerned, and there's no way all 3 of these movies are coming out that day. We got Bugonia, then we have Predator: Badlands. I love the first one. I love Dan Trachtenberg. He did Prey. He did 10 Cloverfield Lane. It was great. Good. He does good odd things. So here we have Predator: Badlands, and it is Elle Fanning this time. So I don't even know what's going on here, but it's another Predator movie, and I liked his first one. The other movie
Who's doing the soundtrack of that one?
I don't know.
That's Bruce Springsteen.
Same day.
That was for Coach Mayor.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Same day. We have. I just getting ready to read this because I think this was set in 2025. This book, this story was set in 2025. So I was going to read it this year, and it is. And then rewatch. I just bought the 4K movie of it, of the Arnold Schwarzenegger version, and don't forget Richard Dawson.
Indeed.
But this is the Edgar Wright version of The Running Man. It's a futuristic United States of 2025 when the world's become a dystopia. You won't even recognize it.
That's a pretty great idea to do a dystopian thing like set now with like streaming, a Squid Games type thing that would actually be on TV.
It's amazing.
That was like my favorite Arnold movie when I was a kid growing up. Like, I don't know why.
I can't wait to watch it again. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like the worst lines, the worst one-liners. It's a joke. Like, but I can't wait. Glenn Powell is in the lead role this time. Coleman Domingo in the, I believe, in the Richard Dawson.
Oh, he'll be good.
Yeah, right. Josh Brolin is the ruthless producer. Katie O'Brien is also a contestant. She's the girl from Love Lies Bleeding. So lots of good stuff here. I'm excited. Michael Cera is even doing something. William H. Macy. Who knows what we're getting here? But Edgar Wright.
I trust Edgar Wright, so let's do it.
I'm hyped. I'm excited. So there's no way all 3 of those movies come out that weekend. Something's moving. November 14th. I never saw the second one. I saw the first one and thought it was stupid. This is the third one, and I don't know why they didn't call it Now You Three Me. But it's Now You See Me 3, where it's a bunch of people are getting paid to do some BS magic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the Jesse Eisenberg or whatever.
Woody Harrelson and Junior Franco.
Isla Fisher, Mark Ruffalo. But they've added Rosamund Pike, Daniel Radcliffe, and Ariana Greenblatt. So
yeah, I remember watching the first one. I just like all the twists were just like it was just tedious.
I don't know.
Like
just flipping
not as clever
cards.
as it
It's terrible. I hated it. I didn't watch.
Very unlikely to have become a franchise. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but
this new me is gonna go watch it and enjoy it. And then November 21st, Wicked: For Good. So that's going to be huge.
Yep.
Sure something else will come out. That the following week, that's the week before Thanksgiving. They might move that around, but the week of Thanksgiving, you have Zootopia 2. Zootopia was kind of a minor hit for them.
It was a big
people liked it.
That's a big one.
Jared, do your kids like that movie? Your girls like Zootopia? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan. I don't know what it was about that movie. I just did not really care for it.
I remember the sloth, and that's the but it was fine.
Judy Hopps and yeah, I don't know. They're building theme park lands of this universe too over in Japan and stuff, and that keep hearing rumors about something coming to the States, and I can't do it. I don't know.
It's for the kids anyway. So I don't know. December 5th, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I didn't see the first one. Don't care about it. December 19th. Okay, so now we skipped a week in there, so who knows what's coming out. Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Watch your ponytail.
As much as I don't care about what goes on in those movies, I went and saw the last one last year, and it looked freaking amazing. So I'm sure I'll see it. I was like that.
This is the 3D. Third one that's coming out?
Yeah, it's the third one.
Okay.
James Cameron.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like the movie, but I liked how it looked. It was freaking cool looking.
I still have not seen one or two.
You're not missing anything.
No.
Same weekend, the SpongeBob movie: Search for SquarePants. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. I didn't click on Avatar, but I'll click on this. No plot. Probably says the same thing for Avatar. December 25th, we have The Anaconda. I thought sounded interesting. You guys know what this is about?
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez? No.
Close. You're close.
They're remaking the movie
Anaconda.
about remaking Anaconda.
Circus performers is how this starts.
Not quite sure how to help you with that.
Thank you. Circus performers stranded in rainforest after anaconda attacks boat encounter poacher hunting anaconda who sees them as bait. Performers use circus skills for survival against deadly threat. That's not the thing that you said. But I remember.
I think that's the SpongeBob movie.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I remember seeing that that was their favorite movie when they were kids, and they were going to go back. They were going to go there and remake the movie Anaconda. It's Jack Black, Paul Rudd. So, who knows? I'm in. The Housemaid. which I think the housemaid is Sydney Sweeney here, follows a struggling woman who's happy to start over as a housemaid for an elite couple. It's a thriller. And we have Sarah's Oil. Okay. She struck oil. Oh, okay. This is a 1914. An 11-year-old girl, Sarah Rector, struck oil on her Oklahoma land, igniting greed and corruption.
Black gold.
Texas tea.
Texas tea, yeah. Despite adversity, she prevailed through courage and faith, becoming the wealthiest black girl in the world. That's cool. And we have, this is the third year in a row that we're going to have Timothy Chalamet trying to dominate Christmas. He had last year, was it maybe it wasn't last year, the year before, maybe I think it was last year, Wonka, and then we had A Complete Unknown. Now we got Marty Supreme, which is a Safdie movie. Josh Safdie directing. It has to do with golf, I believe. So I like the Safdie brothers, so hopefully it's something good. Okay, now we're off book. Got see what else I found here. Let's see, there's not much, but I did find a couple extras in my searches. Let's see. Okay, we got Alex Garland directed a movie that's coming out this year at some point called Warfare, based on ex-Navy SEAL Ray Mendoza's real-life experiences during the Iraq War. Listen to this cast. Well, you got Joseph Quinn, Will Poulter, Cosmo Jarvis, a few other people. Michael Gandolfini, James Gandolfini's kid. Okay, you got Ray Mendoza is played by Jordan. You'll like this. I think this is the kid from, what is the name of that stinking show? What's that show? Native American show on Hulu.
Yeah.
Reservation Dogs.
Yeah. It's the kid with the long hair. DeFaro Wunatai, I think that's how I read it. He's playing the main character, I guess. And it also has cheekbones in it. So
yeah, I saw the trailer for this, and
I did not. Yeah,
not for me.
Yeah, but definitely for us. Yeah,
I
can't imagine you liking anything Alex Garland does, but I love it. Then I also found Wes Anderson has a movie coming out, so you can imagine the cast. It's all the people you think are going to be in it, but it's called The Phoenician Scheme. Dark tale of espionage, following a strained father-daughter relationship within a family business. Twists revolve around betrayal and morally gray choices.
Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Thank the Phoenicians. They invented them.
And we got Wake Up Dead Man, the third Knives Out movie. That's how they refer to it.
A Knives Out
Wake Up
mystery.
Dead Man, it's official, a Knives Out mystery. But it might just be Wake Up Dead Man. But this time we got, of course, Daniel Craig, Josh Brolin, Kerry Washington, Kaylee Spaney, Josh O'Connor, I think, and I didn't look any further. That's exciting. Love to see it. We're winding up. I don't know if I have much more past this. Let's see. We got Jay Kelly. It's a Noah Baumbach movie. We have, this is Benny Safdie movie. I did have heard mention of this. Now I haven't seen a trailer yet, but this is the one that perhaps is going to get The Rock to do a movie that isn't all of his other stupid crap. This is The Smashing Machine. Where it's the story of a mixed martial arts and UFC champion Mark Kerr, but going to be some gritty thing. Like, hopefully they can get him to be in a cool movie. Also, don't forget this year we got Happy Gilmore 2's coming out. And
Netflix or box office?
Yes, I'm sure it's Netflix. Yeah, he's signed his life away with it. We got Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. Estranged siblings reunite after years apart, forced to confront unresolved tensions, reevaluate those training, blah, blah, blah. It's Adam Driver, Kate Blanchett. I felt like there was... Oh, it's a Jim Jarmusch movie. Then we got... I looked up Samuel L. Jackson. He's in a movie called Afterburn. After a massive solar flare destroys the Earth's eastern hemisphere, which seems like a lot. An emboldened treasure hunter for hire adventures to Europe to uncover the coveted Mona. This is why I forgot why I screenshotted this. Massive solar flare destroys the Earth's eastern hemisphere. He's a treasure hunter for hire. Goes to Europe to uncover the coveted Mona Lisa, only to learn that the world needs a hero more than it needs a painting. That's the plot. I was like, yeah, okay. It's possible this movie might have been something you were thinking of earlier, Jordan, when you said Ari Aster, even though this is not an Ari Aster movie, but it is a David Lowery movie. Mike Lowry, his brother maybe. This guy did a ghost story, but follows the relationship between a fictional musician and a famous fashion designer. This is Anne Hathaway and somebody. I can't.
What movie was that?
It's called Mother Mary.
I just looked up Ari Aster as Eddington.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
The Western.
I'm getting there.
Okay, there we go.
I'm saving that for last. Right. Assassination is a movie. Barry Levinson. It's a fateful murder of John F. Kennedy, reimagining his death, which is what we need today. Is a reimagining of Kennedy's death as a hit ordered by Chicago kingpin Sam Giancana as payback for JFK's attempt to undermine the mob after they helped get him elected. That's exciting. Brendan Fraser, Jessica Chastain, Al Pacino, Bryan Cranston. Oh no, Ares is in this.
You gonna shoot a president?
Jared Lowe. Okay. Fountain of Youth. Not super excited about this. Two estranged siblings join forces to seek the legendary Fountain of Youth using historical clues. Embark on an epic quest. It's got Isaac Gonzalez, Jim from The Office, Natalie Portman. In the Gray revolves around two extraction specialists. Okay, that Fountain of Youth and In the Gray are both Guy Ritchie movies. In the Gray is two extraction specialists who have to designate a route of escape for a female negotiator. Also, Isaac Gonzalez, Jake Gyllenhaal, Henry Cavill.
Why has it got to be a female negotiator? Why you got to point
I don't know.
Could just be a negotiator. They could be
woke in the Gray. That's what it is. Then we got Rip. A group of Miami cops discover a stash of millions in cash. Oh, what a novel idea. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. And yeah, that leaves the only thing I had not brought up was Eddington. Let me find that again. Yeah. Look pretty. Revolves around a couple stranded in a small New Mexico town during the pandemic. Initially welcomed, the town takes a sinister turn by nightfall. It reunites director Astor with his Did he do Beau's Parade? That's right. Ari Aster.
Yeah.
So Joaquin Phoenix portraying a sheriff with big ambitions. Austin Butler, Emma Stone, Pedro Pascal, Clifton Collins Jr., Joaquin Phoenix. That definitely sounds very interesting.
Is Emma Stone in too many movies or not?
She's in a lot of movies. She's in a lot of movies.
She makes a lot of movies a year.
I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, I don't know how to say it, but she makes a lot of movies. I was going to point it out, but you did. So here we are. Unless anyone else knows of any movies I did not mention, that was my exhaustive research. And now's the time that you look at the movies you noted, find 10 of them, and send me privately in a message the order from your number 1 to your number 10 most anticipated movies. And I'll do the math, and Cliff will flash forward. And here in just a second, I'm going to say, hey, we're back with our answers. All right, we did the math. We got a little let's see, we got not as many movies because we had a couple. Well,
okay. Math is mathing.
Nope, we're good. It's all perfect.
Okay.
We got 10 movies. Let's see. At number 10 and 9 are tied. Mission Impossible and Bugonia. And then number 8 and 7 are tied. The Running Man and I gotta find it on there. Mickey 17. Number 6 is Battle of Bacton Cross. Number 5 is Wake Up Dead Man. Number 4 is Captain America Brave New World. I didn't even have this in my top 10. Number 3 is the Thunderbolts. Drum roll. Number 2 is Superman. That means that number 1 most anticipated movie is an upset. Fantastic Four, First Steps.
I thought for sure Superman would top Fantastic Four.
Yeah, let me move Fantastic Four down on my list of few.
Nope. You were too busy putting in all this shit nobody else was going to vote for. See? Okay. So which of these movies of 2025 is going to make the most money? I think it's. I don't know how you don't say. I don't know how you don't say Superman.
It's Superman. Yeah. Too much hype.
I mean, do I think that it's going to be something else? Yep. For the past few years, it's always something we didn't expect. Barbie, we weren't expecting that. I don't remember what made the most money last year.
I just think, to play devil's advocate, like, you guys are hyped about Superman, and I get it because you're comic guys, but like, I think the general public is like, oh yeah, I've seen 3 or 4 Superman movies recently.
I think you're wrong.
I like Henry Cavill. I don't know.
I think the opposite of that. I think the Superman is so. It's just, that's like,
it's universal.
America. That's that's, you don't have to be a comic book anybody to care about Superman.
Yeah, I can see even people who, like, I haven't seen the last couple Marvel movies. They'll go see Superman.
Yeah.
Before they'll go see Fantastic Four. Like, Fantastic Four is going to feel like any other superhero movie to them. Mm-hmm. But Superman is an event. I mean, that's just like, I think you're way off here, buddy.
None of the DC movies made as much money as the Marvel movies.
How much money did Aquaman make? Aquaman made a lot of money.
Most of the Marvel movies.
Joker and Joker 2.
Honestly, it's probably going to be Passion of the Christ anyway, so why even...
That's true. That's what I mean. It could totally be
the first one was
something.
A huge hit. That could be a hit.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you never know what it's going to be.
Honestly, it could be Wicked too.
It could be Wicked.
All those are possible. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's gonna be huge.
I'll say right now, I think Fantastic
Underdog
Four
Man
will make more money than Superman. That'll be my going out on
What
a limb.
will?
Fantastic Four will make more money than Superman.
Wow. That's crazy.
I'm not saying it's going to be a better movie. I just I think you guys you're a little bit.
He's laying down the gauntlet.
And I get
we're
it,
more than a little bit.
but I don't know. That's my hot take. And when I'm wrong,
Okay.
that's fine.
Hey, I don't know. I mean, you got a lot. We should be listening. I mean, you said Horizon Part 1 was going to be the biggest money maker last year. So I'm definitely
with that
listening.
track record, yeah, you should listen to it.
I'm sticking with Dogman as my number one.
Okay. Good. On the record.
More than Wicked. Has a bigger cultural impact. It's gonna happen.
Say it all. Get it. It's all being recorded. Get it all out right now.
Yeah. Dogman defying gravity.
This is your time to shine.
Last summer was Summer of Garfield. This is the summer of Dog.
It'll still be in theaters in the summer. Coming January 31st. Still in theaters. They can't take it out. It's still making it so packed every weekend.
Well, I count 5 comic book movies.
Okay.
And that pretty much lines up with what I will see in the theater. I counted 4 movies I will definitely see in the theater. And I count Dogman as a comic book movie. So the other 4, Captain America, Thunderbolt, Superman, Fantastic Four, I'm a comic guy. Those are the top 4 on my most anticipated.
Yeah, I noticed.
And we get a lot of comic movies in a year. And I don't always put them at the top of my list. But these are 4. I'm interested in all 4 of these. I'm curious. I want to see all 4 of these. I think all 4 could be good. They got the potential to be big quality blockbuster movies, so looking forward.
Question. What movies of everything I listed, what movie is going to be your number 1 movie next year? Your favorite movie of the year? If no other movies were to come out, what do you predict will be your favorite movie of the year?
I want it to be Fantastic Four so badly. But I don't know if that will. So I hope I'll say Fantastic Four with the hope that it's true.
Yeah, Jordan, I put the same top 4 at the top of my list. It's all the comic book movies. I think the one I am personally the most excited about. It's kind of Thunderbolts at the moment. Like, I'm sure it'll change and Superman will take over as we get closer to that. But like, I keep seeing, trailers and stuff for Thunderbolts, and I'm like, man, that just looks like something fun for me.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a oddball shot and say the Phoenician scheme. Wes Anderson hit me pretty good last year. I was up to my number 2 with that Asteroid City, and I feel like it's going to be one of those types of movies that I'm sure I'll love the PTA movie, but I don't think it's been a while since he's got one of my top 5 movies of all time, probably top the year that one year, but I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff I'm excited about. I can't wait to find out when we do our Poobah Awards next month, and about a month from now, we'll be recording that mid-award season. We'll get all of that out. I'm curious to find out. He says he's going to see 4 movies in theaters this year. He can pretty much guarantee. I can't wait to find out how many he saw this year when we go over that list. I'm curious how many times he actually made it.
It might be less than 4. I don't remember.
I bet it's not very many. Wait till you hear how many times I went. A lot.
But we might have a new record. I'm not sure what the record is for colons.
On colons? Yeah. What are we at?
19 colons.
Wow.
That's the most ever.
That's a lot
the
of
most colons ever. Yeah.
That sounds like a movie title. 19 colons.
Yeah. Colon. The movie.
But that's a lot of remakes, a lot of sequels, a lot of IP rebooting. That's what we're kind of getting used to in this world, but that's not always a bad thing. That some fresh blood, you can pump in new ideas to some favorite content.
Yep. I'm hyped. This is one of my favorite times of year, like catching up on all the movies at the end of the year, all the stuff I missed that's on people's lists and things that I got to catch up with, and getting to do this and look forward to the next year. Like, this is a good year of movies, and it's coming, it looks like. So I just feel like we just had a good year, and this year, like, I couldn't even fit Captain America on my top 10. Like, there's that many good movies coming out as far that I have hopes for. So exciting. It was exciting. We had Coach Mayor back. I mean, it's been 9 years. Next year will be a decade. He hasn't been a coach or a mayor for a long time. But
he'll always be Coach Mayor to us.
That's right.
Well, thanks for joining us, Jared. Anything you want to plug or get out there to the people?
Yeah. Anybody need a coach? Any town?
Freelance.
You haven't been getting any phone calls about snow removal, so that's one mayor duty off your list.
Exactly. Sit back and watch it happen. Thanks for having me. It's I didn't think I was very excited about movies coming out this year, but you've ignited it a little bit in me. The fire. But there's some stuff coming out that I want to see, so thank you for that.
I'm used to Jesse plugging all his. Why don't you plug Jesse's podcast while you're here?
Yeah, listen to Radulich and Broadcast.
Broccoli.
You got your source material. Good stuff over there from
That feels more comfortable. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
you
folks.
couldn't have done it better if we got an AI. Got to do that. I got to point out before we sign off here that Cliff did not have Freakier Friday in his top 10.
I did not. No, I couldn't. Fit it. Couldn't fit it on there. Wasn't freaky enough.
I could have fit it on your list.
There was a lot of Disney stuff on that list too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff.
Awful lot of Disney content coming.
Always.
Well, there you go. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy 2025. Hope your 2025 is off to a great start. And what's even better than a bunch of movies to look forward to? We'll be talking about them all, so stick with us for the rest of this year. My name is Jordan Lowe.
Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Bye forever.
Jared, we'll see you next year. Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a comment. KPP can be found on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever podcasts can be found. You can connect with us through social media on Facebook, YouTube, or email Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast @gmail.com. Join our Patreon page to help support the show at patreon.com/udownwithkpp for special content and early access to episodes. We are grateful to anyone who chooses to contribute. Most of our content will remain free, so please click the thumbs up, like, share, and ask your friends. You Down with KPP?